I think that the shares are undervalued. I'm very optimistic related to Tesla, because I believe this can be a $2.5 trillion company. Traditional auto's in a tough spot, and I think we're going to see that in the weeks and years to come. It's just very difficult to build electric cars. In 5 years, we can go from 70 billion to 400 billion in revenue. I think that it ultimately bodes well for Tesla over the long term. Becky, I am a long-term believer in Tesla. I think that the shares are undervalued. Near term, I would be cautious. I think that there's going to be some earnings pressure on this based on some of the discounting that has happened. And there is this bias when a stock is down as much as Tesla just to want to own it. I sense that too. We want to own it in our funds. We don't own it yet because we want to optimize that opportunity. Key here, of course, is we know the delivery numbers. We know the growth numbers. Up 31%, that was about a 2x what the overall industry growth rate was. Typically, Tesla grows at about 3 to 4x the industry. So some of that gap, that revenue growth gap has closed, the delivery gap has closed. But again, I want to anchor back into what I think is going to be the A topic when they report on January 25th, which is going to be earnings. And just a quick math here, of course, they are discounting in China. They lowered prices by 13%. If you assume there is no other discounting across the globe when it comes to Tesla pricing, that would have a negative 15% impact on the March earnings. The street's looking for about $1.40 right now. If you start to factor in that there may be some further discounting, that number goes down. So I think that investors should generally expect about a 25% haircut to the March earnings. And that does not sound very optimistic from someone who's been bullish on Tesla for a long time. But I do want to underscore, I remain positive on this company. I think ultimately there are a few good reasons to own this in 2023, but I think that we can see some more pressure in the near term.